So my name is Heikki Kovalainen. I'm an ex-Formula 1 driver. I did 7 years in F1 with different teams, and then since then I've done GTs in Japan, Super GT cars, and the last couple of years rally driver, full-on rally driver, and quite keen sim racer as well. I have a rig at home, and I just had a look at the Simucube active pedals now for the first time. There's a lot of adjustability, a lot of things that you can change and get a feel for. And I wanted to have a look at the kind of like Formula 1 style pedal feel. First of all, the throttle pedal. The main thing that is probably surprising to a lot of people is actually the throttle pedal travel is quite long in Formula 1 car. It's surprisingly long. And I remember when I drove myself, it gave me more controllability. I could then adjust the engine mapping smoother and not aggressive either way. So that's the reason why the pedal is quite long. And the pedal force, the curve maximum force in this Simucube active pedals, force in the throttle pedal is quite light. So, but you still need a little bit of resistance there. You need a little bit of preload that you can adjust as well. So the pedal is not numb. You need to have a little bit of resistance there. Damping wise, I kept both dampings when pressed and when released them quite low. So the pedal is quite free to move, but you need to have a little bit of resistance. But I feel that you don't need a lot of damping. And then going to the brake pedal, which is the more important pedal. In the simulators, usually the brake pedal, it's not resisting enough, it's too soft. In the race cars, and Formula 1 cars especially, the pedal, if somebody jumps in the Formula 1 car for the first time and feels the pedals, it feels like it's not moving at all, it feels like it's solid. And that's the feel that I wanted to create here and have here. So the pedal travel is very short. I put about 13 millimeter travel, which felt like the closest to what I think it should be. Obviously I've driven a Formula 1 car. It's a long time since I drove last time, but I actually drove a Mercedes Sim not so long ago. So I have a good feel from there. And the pedal is firm. And then probably the most surprising for a lot of people is the amount of the maximum force that you want to have on the brake pedal in the Formula 1 car. I set it to 127 kilos, and it feels like you have to press it really hard. But that's how it really is in Formula 1 car. The initial hit when you arrive from a maximum speed end of the straight to a tight corner, you can initially hit the brake almost as hard as you have power in your leg. Tried a few different settings. 150 kilos felt a little bit, the maximum value here, 150 kilos felt a little too firm, but I felt about 127 was about right. It's quite firm, but if you really want to experience how the Formula 1 brake pedal works, you should try this force setting. Preload, just a little bit of preload, that the pedal doesn't feel numb when the foot is resting on the pedal. But I felt that you don't need a lot of preload there to start activating the pedal if you like. And damping wise as well, especially when releasing the brake pedal, almost zero damping is okay. I left 3% there, but it's almost nothing. And then when pressing the brake pedal, I put about just under 10% damping. Just get a little bit of better feel for when the braking motion starts. But I felt that it doesn't have to be very high, that value either. I used this curve, especially in the brake pedal. I felt that the linear pedal gave a little numb feeling in the sort of middle of the brake force, mid force, if you like you have 50% of brake force. If the curve was linear, the stopping power in the middle of the braking was not enough. So that's when I felt that a little bit of curve, so a little bit of extra in the mid range was required. I think that's a good starting point. Please have a look, get a feel for it. Might feel quite different what you think it should be, but this is the feel that the guys in Formula 1 have when they go out on circuit.